A very good evening to you, esteemed viewer. We want to thank the Almighty God for your life and our lives. Of course, we do not take it for granted. The fact that the Almighty God has granted us an opportunity to see the beauty of today, to live and see today, we are grateful to God. Now spare a minute or two and thank Him at least for that. You might not have fulfilled whatever you wanted to do in the day, but at least that enough should be a reason for you to thank the Almighty God. We condole with those who are grieving, those who have lost loved ones, but also we would like to celebrate with you who have reached various victories. Now, today is a Wednesday, and of course, every Wednesday on the Family Hour menu, we are discussing finances and wealth. And today, here we are with another very, very important discussion. Of course, all of us would really want to start up businesses. Everyone has that. Okay, not everyone, but majority of the people have that as their dream. Someone is in employment, and of course, paid employment because they think they can gather capital and maybe start up a business. Some people have started up businesses and have termed them as side hustles. But whatever it is, at least what is important is you having a source of income that is independent of your job that you're doing. However, there is having this source of income is one thing, but also having this business growing is the other thing that is very, very important, because it is also possible to start up this business and it remains stunted or stagnant for the rest of its life until you part ways with it. But what is important is your ability to grow this business. Now today we are looking at strategies for business growth and success, because that is everyone's dream, especially those who are in business. Edrine Mukalazi is my name, and our guest today is Mr. Bwire, Jonah, and of course he's a financial consultant, but he's also a business proprietor. And now the reason we want to first of all tap into his story of how he has seen Mugwe safaris grow, especially from the COVID time when it was established up to now. Probably we can learn a few tips from him. It's a pleasure having you this evening.
Thank you, Edrine. Yeah. It's a pleasure to be in the studio today.
Indeed, we are delighted to host you.
Yes, it is 1 year now since we started making this program.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It is 1 year now.
You can see how time flies.
Flies, yes. So I would like to welcome our viewers on Family TV, and I would also like to thank the management of Church of Uganda, especially those ones who are handling Family TV, for always giving us the opportunity to come and give our views to the community, to the people who are seated down there. They are there just to listen to something which can change their mind, which can change their life, which they can focus on to build this nation. So I would like to thank the management for the great opportunity given to us and given to the community. As Edrine has just introduced me, my name is Jonah Bwire. I'm a business consultant at PhD level, and I'm also a business owner. So I teach what I do and I practice them myself. Everything I talk here does not only end to the viewers or to the people, but it goes even to me, and I evaluate myself and say how and where have I reached on this.
No, it's not a motivational talk.
Yeah, this is not a motivation talk. At least there's something we are doing.
You know, people have started to hate motivational speakers.
Yes.
Because we feel they tell us things that sometimes are unrealistic.
At one time, I also hated some. There's someone who used to say, you told him so I was still young by that time. So I went to the background to check how this person has used his head to multiply words. But I found out that he was still low and he was not nowhere in business. So sometimes motivation does not help us, but we need to show people practically that we have moved from here and we're going here, and this is the only thing which can work for you to get to where you want to be in business.
Oh, of course, there are a lot of stories when you pass through Chikubo. There are a lot of stories. Businesses are struggling, partly because of the taxes they assume. I mean, they claim partly it's because of the taxes, but we cannot rule out the issue of management.
Yes.
Because, for instance, you find someone with the same stock from January to December,
Yes.
and so it brings a question.
Yes.
If your needs are increasing, yet your capital base is not growing, then how are you going to grow your profit and then meet the other increasing needs? At the end of the day, you realize that this has become an outcry that people are closing down businesses at downtown, partly because of this, and others have decided to go and operate from the suburbs, probably as a way of reducing on the costs of operation for these businesses. But everyone's dream is really to see their business grow. When someone gets their money, had earned the money and invest it into this business, what we want to see is how my business is progressing, how it is progressing. However, how do we get to the growth, and how do we measure? I think we start from growth and how we measure the growth of a business.
Now, before we get to the growth of the business and to the success, I always put the example of business to a human being. When you give birth to a child, you expect that child to grow, and after growing, you expect that child to succeed in life. Comes back to business. When we begin a business, there's something we are targeting. There's something we are looking at. We begin business to make our life better, to serve the community and make our life better. But there are some things we don't put in mind to grow this business and make it better for our life and for the success of that business. If you check the child's growth, it's a process. If you give birth to a child who is not growing, you begin to ask yourself, what is happening to this child? If the child is not moving up, standing up, if he cannot move after 5 years, your hope will begin reducing of this child. That's where you find a parent going to different worship places to think prayers for the child. The same thing happens to business. When we start a business, we expect that business to grow. And we expect to succeed in that business. But sometimes we insist on issues which does not help that business. And that one comes because of the impulse. Most businesses are opened on people's impulse. You visit Jonah today, you go to his shop, and you find that you have found there more than 10 clients on that shop buying the same item. You also have some small money. You need to invest that small money in that same business.
You think it is what is trending?
You think that is what is trending. But as we have been talking these issues of business, one, business is intentional. No one should lie you that you can do the same business with the same person if you don't have that yearning in you to succeed in that business. There are very many people who have started restaurants in Kampala. Many of them have failed. But there are few who have come with that passion that they can do the restaurant business in Kampala, and they have succeeded. It is because of their passion they came with. That's the love for that business to succeed. So before you begin any business, sit down and check in your mind, do I really love this business? Will I put in my effort for this business to succeed? Will I look for skills and different things which can make this business to succeed? Ask yourself those things. Because when you're looking at business growth and success, we are looking at how you strategically locate your business to attract the clients to come and buy from that business, and that business gives you profit to grow and succeed in the items you're doing. So, what skills have you put in your business to grow it? Now, those ones who want to begin business, before you begin that business, check yourself. One, do you have the passion for that business?
Okay.
Have you strategically planned for that business? If I speak about strategic planning for the business, I'm looking at not only seeing a shop somewhere, and you also say, I'm going to put my shop there. But I'm talking about you strategically plan, look at the clients. Who are the people who are going to buy from that shop, from that business? How are you going to retain these customers? How are you going to attract them to come and buy from you and leave the neighbor? I always tell people that anything you think about at any time, there are a million people thinking about the same thing. Yes. There are a million people thinking about the same thing. And once you wake up like this to go and do that thing, there's someone elsewhere who is also doing the same thing. So
perhaps has more capital than you.
What makes the difference between the other one and you is how strategically you're going to apply strategic knowledge in that business. Look at the area, look at the people who are doing that business, and look at the things you are going to do different from what the other people are doing. Those are the things you're going to apply in this business to grow. Last week I went somewhere to deposit some money on my phone. I had 2 different notes. 50,000 note and 10,000 notes. So when I reached at the lady of the mobile money, she told me, I will only deposit for you 50,000 notes. I cannot deposit for you 10,000 notes. And I asked her, is this my business? She said, I cannot. I told her, I cannot come here. Give me all my money. You may be happy that you have not received my money, but you have lost. You have lost salary. You have lost the client I would have directed to come here. You have lost, and your boss has lost. So you are not growing. You don't know how many times I'll be here. So even the person you're going to put in your business, check that person. Is he mentally okay? Can she attract people to come in that business?
I think that is very important, actually, because very many people are stressed in other people's businesses, and so they end up chasing away customers. You go when their mood is not right, and they'll not respond to you, attend to you. That's like, I think, a very serious one. Even some owners, you check them, you go to the business as if they force this person to begin this business. You know, someone says a smile attracts many people. There are some people who are selling here in Kampala because they smile, because they laugh, because they chat. And some people have failed to do business because they are arrogant. All the time they are annoyed, all the time they have problems. And we actually know them. You say, we are Yogerabubi, and you don't even want to go to their shop. It's the last resort after trying out elsewhere.
After trying elsewhere. But me, I will not go to the person who abused me in her business. Because I know on every coin I give that person, there is a profit which remains for him. Meaning, there is a money which I have given him, which I have worked for him. So me moving to his business and he does not act in the way which pleases me, that's very wrong. I'll try someone elsewhere who can be able to smile for me. That's why you look
and look at you as a priority.
That's why you look for these foreigners. When they come to Uganda, look at all the foreigner businesses. When they come to Uganda, they will make sure that they employ beautiful girls to first come and attract the clients to come in business. And the first thing they train them, smile is a must. Being friendly to the client is a must. So, the client, before he buys something, he's attracted to the person who is serving him. In some business, you go there and you check the people who are dressed like they are in accident. They are mourning. Actually, they are doing business, but they are mourning the way they are dressed. So, which strategies have you put there to attract the client to come and buy from your business?
I think sometimes it also depends on the nature of business you're doing, but also the target clients. Because if you are selling to Muslims, for example, then they might not expect you to dress up in a way that is against their religion.
But why do they go in those places which are dressed like that? So you ask yourself, okay, he's a Muslim, but give a way that he dresses in the way of Muslim, which will attract other people to come and buy.
Okay.
You see, in Uganda, we copy. Do you know why there is an office wear, which is different from a culture wear? When you're in the office, someone puts on different, and you cannot go like that to his or her culture. Because a culture is something which brings us together as a must.
So it is suicidal to put on a culture wear and come to office. Everyone will look at you as...
Yes. This one is drunk.
We are taking a short commercial break. When we return, we shall start from there. Welcome back from that commercial break. We are looking at strategies for business growth and success, and we are with Mr. Bwire, Jonah. Before the break, we were looking at being intentional, especially in starting up a business. You do not just get your money and then invest it far, simply because someone has told you this is what is trending on market currently, and then you also run with that. You go for something in which you do not have passion. Now, before the break, I was raising something that sometimes it depends on the target clients, but also the environment in which you are in. For instance, there are restaurants you go to and you realize that there are some dress codes that do not match.
Yes.
The environment in which you're in. Now, you are, of course, it is the intentionality that took us to this as one of the strategies of growing your business. And we will pick it up from there.
Yes. So I was saying someone must be intentional. As an example, I was comparing. The office wear we are putting on in Uganda are not our culture wear. Why is it that we are not putting on culture wear in offices and we are in Africa? Because we are putting on the office wear to attract people who come in business and see that, hey, this one is smart. The way you dress, the way you put on, all strategies you put in business are the one which are going to help you build the base and grow that business. Some people have just different simple strategies on how growing business. Me personally, I started growing up my Mugwe safari on students. Yeah. But the student gave me the base. By the time I got to the website to attract the international people, I was already having the local people who are the students. And
satisfied with your service?
Yes. Students are big spenders, especially at the university level. Whereas some people who know how to earn money here in Uganda, they don't spend such money. So I first built that business on students. I grew it on students so that I can attract more people. So whenever they had anyone who needed a trusted person, they will refer that person to me. And I've seen it growing from one level to another level to another level. So to grow a business, you must have strategies put in place. Which strategies are you using to grow that business? Don't just copy and paste. Today in Uganda, people use a copy and paste. Comes to Chikubo, see how people shout for clothes. He says, I'm also going to put there my shop of clothes. I'll put a boy here to shout. But you find that the different area in Chikubo is not what is happening in Kawempe. The client you get in Chikubo are not the clients you're going to get in Nalia. So in Nalia, someone can buy a clothes of 5,000 in Chikubo at 50,000. So which strategies have you put in place to attract that client in Nalia? Who is not going to have time to move to Chikubo to buy that piece of clothes and make that person your client and make that person be part of you and make that person to always call you and make that person to look for you in case he needs the same product. So look for strategies. We can build that business. After looking for that strategies, try to be innovative. You know, today people are talking about innovation. But what is innovation?
I think we need to elaborate that more because someone thinks that even the fact that I have gotten my money and saved it somewhere, I'm being innovative. At least I've been able to multiply my sources of income.
On the other side of saving.
But
if it comes to business, innovative is to doing something which other people are not doing. Championing something which other people, they don't know. They will come and will follow you up. I'll give an example. We always used to buy local chicken here. Some company came up with a different type of chicken, different type of rice, but the same things from Africa.
Perhaps the same things we are also preparing.
But you will find that the local Ugandan who had a restaurant in Wandegeya doing the same business, people have gone away from him. And they are attracted to this person who is giving them few pieces of the chips, and they like that one. So you go and ask, if you want to do the same business, which matches like that, you go and ask, what has this person done different from what the other people were doing? So you are looking for innovative ways. How can I attract these people who have been eating this kind of food that I can be innovative enough to add something which they don't know. So being innovative helps you to grow your business and also succeed. You cannot do a business like how our grandfathers used to do business. If it is opening up a shop, they used to open up a shop and wait for the clients to come and buy. But for us today, shops are very many. You need to open up a shop, have strategies to sell, even if you've not gotten the client at your shop. Have strategies of looking for that client where he is, to attract him by the fact that he comes and checks on your business. That attraction which will force him to branch and buy from you. So which innovative skills have you put in your business to see that it is succeeding? After intentionally putting up the business, you have created the strategies on how to follow and how to do that business. How are you innovative to attract clients to come and buy? We have shops here in Kampala. Other people say others are witching them, which is not true. Which is not true.
That's a common statement when you go downtown.
Yes, which is not true. If you sit with these two people, you realize that one is innovative, the other is dormant.
Okay.
Business today no longer lands like a dead body.
It's not a matter of waking up in the morning, open the shop and sit.
And sit. Every time you have to think, what haven't I done which my neighbor has done? Look at your neighbor. Don't do minor competition of quarreling and shouting. This one is stealing my client. This one is doing this. That's what is happening downtown. You find very many people fighting for one client who has left this shop and gone to this shop and calls this one a witch. Without knowing why did the client leave this shop, leave me, yet I was giving him the same service and go to my neighbor's shop. Your neighbor is innovative than you. Check ways which have brought your neighbor, your client, to buy from the neighbor. So be innovative enough and help your client to see that there's something new every day. We have shops which have opened. I don't know, or it is lack of money. Some shops which have opened, you find a shop opening, you go today, you find the same piece of clothes. You go the next day, you find the same piece of clothes. Even if the client comes and buys this one, which looks like the other one he has left, he again brings this one and puts there.
I think it is what is trending, so it is what clients want. That's why I go back and bring the same.
You just need to be innovative.
Okay.
Because in the number of the clients you get, not all of them like that one.
So how do I go about that strategically?
Think and always do something new for your business. Innovativeness, you just need to do something new every day. Think something new. If it means every hour, apply that.
Talking about innovativeness, there are especially people who sell clothes. There are people you see changing clothes on a dummy. For example, the dummy is displaying a different cloth from morning to around midday, and then at midday they are changing the cloth, and then in the evening they're also changing a cloth. Is it one of the innovative ways?
Yeah, it is. Because as you display a clothes on a dummy, you find people who want to buy that very piece. You also find people who are attracted with that very piece. You also find people who will tell you, if I had money, I would have bought this clothes. So you get to analyze. I think it is better to put it there, or it is not. But you may hang a clothes on a dummy for the whole 2 weeks. No one tells you that this is a very good clothes, and you still leave it there.
We've had people who tell us that it's better you sell cheaply and get more clients than making it expensive, and then you get a few clients, and or maybe the stock overstays in your shop. It's better you reduce the price, the market price, and then sell off the stock, and then bring in new stock. But what I want us to look at is at what point do I measure the growth of my business? Is it by the number of clients that come in, or what is the measure? What is the measuring scale for the growth and success of my business?
I'll go back. As we've always been talking, when we are dealing with business, we go back to the two signs of our primary mathematics. That is addition and multiplication.
Yeah.
Any business which is growing, it has to add.
Okay.
Any business which is growing, it has to multiply. You started a business of selling phones. You were having your capital at the beginning was, let me say, 2 million. The beginning capital of that business is 2 million. But when you calculate the stock in your shop, the cash you have at hand, and any money, maybe in bank, you come to around 5 million by the end of 2 months. That's an indication of gross. Minus all the liabilities. That's an indication of gross. Another indication of gross, you started with one shop, you got a number of clients, you grew that business with your capital of 2 million, maybe to 10 million, and you checked out there is another place somewhere which you can begin the same business and do the same business. So you open up another shop of another phone, and when you calculate your stock plus all the cash you have at hand, you have more than 20 million. That's gross.
Okay.
So gross is visible. Gross is visible. But sometimes if we don't do business well without planning, you will not realize the gross. So from there, I will ask all our viewers, if you are doing any business and you've marked that business with a full year and you don't see any increase in stock and in capital, check yourself. There's something wrong which you need to check out. Either the business is not working out or you are misusing the money which you get from that business. That's why it is not growing. So you need to check yourself out.
We have people, I know you've always warned against people who buy goodwill, but we have people who buy goodwill businesses, and of course the person selling it to you will even tell you that you get this particular amount of profit, and now you would ask yourself, okay, if this is the profit, the projected profit that I can get in a month, then why are you running away from this if it is profitable?
Let me cut you short. In most cases, you will not find the owners of the business selling you that business on goodwill. But you will find the blockers who have not been in the business. They are the one who will come and tell you, you know, this business is making such a profit. This business is making such a money. This business is doing this. And when you go deep to find out to see where the owner of the business is, the owner of the business will talk while looking down.
A sign of disappointment.
That is an indication that the business is not working for him, so he wants to run away from the business.
So the point I was driving at is that we also get people who tell us, business consultants, who tell us, when you start this particular business, I mean, they're all over social media and all over. When you start this business, you can get a profit of this in like this. This is how much you need, and then this is the profit you can get on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly. I mean, they give you all those projections, and I think this is one of the misleading messages that people take in. So because someone has excited you on social media, so you're like, I have my 1 million on the account. Why don't I risk and invest it here?
One question I always ask personally, such people is, show me your background, and what you have earned from this business, I will trust you with my money to do that business.
Okay.
Because let us not get excited. If it comes to business, let us not get excited. Something online may not help you. Most things which are online are luck-based. Put here, put here, put here, you get this. Put here, put here, put here, you get this. These are luck-based things. So someone comes up and say, if you do this business, you get this, you get this, you get this. And if you ask that person, you've been in that business for 5 years. Yeah. Tell me how that business has changed your life. Because if you see the multiplication, the addition you are putting here on the table, if I did that and I calculated you for 365 days, you should be fined billions of shillings. What are your assets which you've gotten from this business? So, let's show our viewers that you shouldn't get excited for anyone to tell you about business.
Okay.
Business life is a journey. It's like giving birth to a child. This child, you have to mentor this child. You have to discipline this child. You have to help this child from the time when this child doesn't know how to bathe up to the time when he goes to school until he graduates. That's the business life. Until this person graduates, that's when you see this person begins to get the job and begins to earn and gives you sugar. So that is completely the business life. Business life is not something that someone has ever started something and it has succeeded him there and then. That's a lie. Even the international businesses, check things like Apple. Even them, if you check their journey of the business, how they started and where they are now, you may find that the people who started this business, who had the idea for the Apple business, is not the owner of the business right now. Those people who had the idea for this business might have passed away some time back. So the idea began to give birth after doing something. So, in any business, don't just jump. Sit down and think. Am I ready for this business? Can I do this business? If I sit down, will it give me a return? Most people in Uganda, they get excited. And especially those ones who are working in the abroad. After getting some little money, they come here, they get lies from the people who have failed in business. They get excited from online. Someone is outside online waiting to earn money for WhatsApp, for TikTok. Waiting to earn that little money for TikTok. Is the one who is directing you that you do this business, do this, you succeed.
We also had a story as these people abroad were sending, someone starting their pawn scheme here, saying, I start for you a business that sells beverages. So you send me this amount of money, I get you a small container, a freezer, and then stalls and capital. And so you start. And then after some time, she disappeared with people's money.
Yeah, those things are happening, Edrine. Recently, I was viewing some man who has just cheated some Ugandans here. He went abroad and he started telling them, you saw that I'm having a deal with you. I'm not your brother. I'm not your sister. So I've eaten your money. I'm not in Uganda.
He even reminded, where are you going? You have to vote the president.
So people shouldn't get excited in business. Before you begin that business, sit down. Check yourself. Check the money you have. Check the people you want to serve. Check the new ideas you're going to bring. Because you are not the first person who is going to do that business. Even if you have the mindset, you are not the very person who is beginning that business. There are very many people who have started that business and they are doing it. Some of them are stuck somewhere. Some of them are successful. Others are just there. They don't know what to do. So sit down and evaluate. What am I going to do? How is it going to be? How am I going to attract the clients who are going to come to this business? Let us not get excited with the people who don't know what to help you with. Okay? Someone online, get people who have done something and sit with them, ask them, how have you done this? They will give you a highlight of how they have done it and where they are going with that. So, I've talked about two things. So, being innovative and being strategic in your area of business. So, there is also what we call how to manage the finances.
The financial discipline.
Yes.
Okay.
Most people begin business, but they don't know how to manage the money. Whatever comes in, they eat. Let me give an example. Someone has a shop. The total sales in a day is around 10 million. But the sales he has made for 10 million is from the items he has sold, which he has to replace. So in the counter, he's seeing 10 million, yet the 10 million is part of the stock. So he gets the 10 million, he begins to dish it 10 million. Because his shop is having 100 million plus. So he will sell another time 5 million, another time 5 million, another time 2 million, and you begin that he's playing around with this money without calculating what are the costs involved in this business. Because he has to calculate to see how much is the profit I'm earning. Out of the 5 million sales, how much is the profit of this business? So check the profit of the business and also remove all the expenses for a business. Expenses, take things like water, electricity, the labor, people who are helping you to work, transport, which is bringing those items to your shop, rent, count all those things. Break down everything on a daily basis. That if you've gotten the profit of 20,000, give everything percentages. The rent is taking 5%. Water is taking 2%. Electricity is taking this. Labor force is taking this. And know that upon the 20,000 you've earned, you only have 2,000 shillings as your money. But the 2,000 shillings, you need to grow this shop. You don't need to eat the 2,000 which has remained there. You need to eat the 500 and put back the 1,500 because you want to grow. Growth, it must be intentional in you doing that business. So you don't just need to force yourself that now I'm going to eat this. Now I've gotten the problem, so let me use the money I have in the shop. So financial management is very key for the business success.
Okay, talking about all this, I know our time is fast spent. Kindly give us your closing remarks, especially emphasizing the need for people to strategize if they want to see growth and success in their businesses.
As we come to the summary of this, I would also like to help our viewers that as we strategize for our business success and growth, from the 3 points I've talked about, they also need to know that we need to know who are our customers and how do we retain these customers. Because you're not doing this business for your family, but you're doing this business for a community. And this business to succeed and to grow, you must retain the clients and you must identify who are the potential clients. That's why you find some business areas, after the client has bought, like this, the next few minutes after leaving that shop, he will find a message on his phone. Thank you for buying up. Thank you for visiting us. Those are business strategies. As they keep sending the messages, you'll find that after 2-3 days, they send him another message. We have new stock. You'll find that after that, they'll ask him, when is your birthday? They send a message, happy birthday. So they will be retaining this client. There is a relationship being created between the business partner, the business person, and the client. So we need to look at how to look at to find our clients and how to maintain them. There we shall be looking at the growth of our business. I close by saying this. our people, thanks for watching us today, and we still need you alive. Tomorrow is another day which is coming, but keep yourself. Young people, you shouldn't be much in politics, but look for something to do to change your life. These people are just using you. They use you to talk a lot, to make you reach different areas, but they cannot plan for your life for long. So help yourself by doing something which will change your family for the better of your life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, that is a very good call. Politics is not a do or die, and politics is not a job. So find yourself what to do to better your life. Others, thank you so much for watching Church of Uganda Family TV and Family Hour. From where we started to the end. Edrine Mukalazi is my name. I've worked with Jonah and Muhumuza. Of course, next on TV is Soul Moment. We wish you a blessed night.
Family Hour, empowering families one episode at a time.